create a little bit of history for himself as he attempts to make it through to the first major final of his career. But this tunnel of champions, and of course Novak knows it well. He knows he is the champion of all these champions. No one has won more here than him. He is the top gun. But to be one of the best, you have got to be the best. And this American will be hoping that he can be a party spoiler this evening and do what no other players have been able to do against Novak at this stage, and that is beat him in a semi-final here at the Australian Open.
It's men's singles semi-finals here on Rod Laver Arena. Please welcome from the USA, Tommy Paul. And their opponent, tournament 4th seed Novak Djokovic.
Novak looking to get into the final one more time and hoping to achieve what is often known in Europe is La Decima, number 10. In order to do that, he has to win 2 more matches, Mark. And Tommy Paul this evening is going to be no pushover. And the winner with the right to take on Steph.
Yeah, there's still work to be done. A lot of tennis to be played. You know, Tommy's a hell of an athlete, hitting the ball well in his first semi-final. He's got nothing to lose here, Robbie. You know, he's going to come out swinging, enjoy the moment. And, you know, as we know in sports, we've seen anything can happen.
He's got a semi-final to lose, though, hasn't he?
He has. He's got a semi-final, of course. Look, he should be out here thinking he's got an opportunity. Absolutely. Anytime you walk on the court, you have to believe you've got a chance to win. And he wouldn't be in the semi-finals without that belief, self-belief.
Like him. Damien Dumassois is our chair umpire for this one.
Our guest, Sebastian.
Hey, buddy. Nice to meet you.
So, gentlemen, we have the net unit on this court, OK Live. Most of the close call are going to be shown on the screen. 25 seconds, I call the score, I start the clock. You have the blue towel, so blue box. You have the red towel, red box. After the coin toss, there's going to be a picture behind, please. All right? Tommy, is going to be your choice, AO or Ken Rosewall?
Ken Rosewall.
Ken Rosewall. AO. Serve. Stay. Picture, please.
Oh, props to Sebastian. That could be the most effective coin toss that we've seen. He's made sure he's got it over the net, Mark, but good revolutions on it. And of course, that coin a fitting tribute to Ken Rosewall, because he's the face of the AO 2023 coin. Of course, it was 7 years ago that legend won the Australian title aged 18, the youngest man still to have done so, and he won 3 more AOs after that, the last in 1972 at the age of 36. What a legend Muscles was his nickname, of course, because he didn't have any.
Let me tell you, he had a hell of a chip backhand, didn't he? I mean, what a legend, one of the all-time greats.
Okay, let's drill down into what these two are all about. Of course, we've mentioned that Tommy Paul was a great junior. And Mark, talk about making that transition from being one of the best juniors in the world to then trying to make it as a pro.
Yeah, it's not an easy transition, Robbie. You know, a lot of the time we're so focused on winning in juniors, which is important, don't get me wrong, and we forget to build that game and have those weapons that's going to help, you know, on the main tour. And with Tommy, it's taken a little bit more than maybe he had wanted to, but he's here right now and he's looking good.
This man took the express elevator to the very top of the game. I remember the first time I saw him really rip through the best players in the world in Canada in 2007. Yeah, when he was able to win that Masters 1000 title there, Mark, beating the likes of Andy Roddick, Rafael Nadal and Roger Federer. I think it was 7-6 in the third in consecutive matches. That's when we knew this guy was something special.
Yeah, when you beat those guys in one tournament, and the way he did it, the biggest moments, finding a way, another gear to get over the line is, you know, as far as mentality, it doesn't get anything tougher than this guy.
First time that these two will be locking horns, so there will be somewhat of an intimidation factor to deal with if you're Tommy Paul. But how's this draw? Jan Lennart Struff in the opening round, and taken out a pair of Spaniards that if you're able to get the better of them, you know you're doing something right.
Yeah, there is no easy matches when you're getting on the court against Bautista Agut or Fokina. I mean, look at that, those score lines.
Yeah, and then having to deal with facing your fellow countrymen, which in itself can be quite complicated. Novak, in stark contrast, just that one set that has been dropped. Well, his path through to the semi-finals has been relatively smooth as far as the score lines are concerned. Of course, his biggest obstacle has probably been his left hamstring.
1 minute.
That's what he injured when he was playing Medvedev in the semi-finals in Adelaide, and all eyes have been on that. In fact, the only set he lost was to Enzo Quacco, Mauritian-born, playing under the French flag. And of course, the output from Enzo was so great that he himself is now out for the next couple of months because he's got a groin problem. He was pulled and pushed and stretched to every corner of this court, Mark.
Yep, when you get on the court with this guy, you got to be ready physically, don't you?
This guy is. He's one of the quickest guys on tour. Many of us
Ladies and gentlemen,
peers
this
have
match
suggested
replay
that
best of 5 tiebreak sets.
those wheels are
Novak
well
Djokovic won the
worn.
toss and chose to serve. And the warm-up.
So formalities out of the way, and we are good to go. Conditions could not be any better. It's an absolute perler of a day here. Very little wind, almost none to speak of. The protection from the stadium is perfect. We started with 128 in the main draw. We're down to the last 3. Stefanos Tsitsipas, a winner earlier today. Tommy Paul looking to create a piece of history for himself as he attempts to make a major final for the first time in his career. But up against Novak Djokovic, a modern-day Michelangelo at his craft, the painter of so many beautiful masterpieces on this canvas.
Novak
That is
Djokovic,
Rod Laver Arena.
Ready? Play.
Game on.